Are you the kind of person that likes to clean up right away when you're working on a project, like every day? That's not me. I like to create a mess and then clean up at the end. In this particular case, while I was building the camper, I just moved all the stuff that I needed to work with out into the garage and piled them up in buckets and spent months that way. It just didn't seem like a good use of time to be moving them in and out, and reorganizing them every day. I work well in a chaotic mess, but now it's time to clean it up. After my trip that I took, I was gone 4 weeks driving from Texas to California and then, of course, back. And I realized that there's some other things I want to do to the camper, some more organizational things. I want to build out the back seat with some drawers. Right now, I just kind of have some makeshift things back there. Wasn't as convenient as I hoped, but it was better than nothing. There's also some things inside the camper, just aesthetically, I want to go ahead and finish. And getting this all organized is going to help that a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of people, including my neighbors and family, who were thinking I was totally crazy for being a grandma in her 60s, building a truck camper by herself from scratch with no experience. But that's been kind of the theme of my life, being underestimated. I will absolutely accomplish anything I set my mind to. There's no question about it. I can't think of a single thing that I really wanted that I did not accomplish. That helped me a lot in business, and it's helping me in retirement. I'm having the time of my life. Don't ever let people talk you out of something you really want to do. If you really want to do it, it's possible. And speaking of retiring early, it's doable. You just have to have a plan. And that's where a lot of people are missing out, is they don't have an actual plan. You need to think about where you want to be in the short term and the long term, and then make plans to get there. Either going to college or learning a trade, something that can help you get where you want to be. But if you're just getting up every day and going to work and coming home and kind of living day to day, that's not really planning. That's just surviving. So having a plan is very important. Then once you have that plan, you have to stick to it. Sometimes that requires sacrifice in the near term so that you can have more freedom in the long term. Living below your means, significantly below your means, if you can, is the number one key to freedom. It gives you choices. If you're saving, putting money into retirement, and living a lifestyle that's not maxing out your income, then you have freedom to make choices that you wouldn't have otherwise. Oh wait, what am I doing here? I am creating a kind of faux pegboard. I didn't want to spend any money, and I thought, well, I'll just make it look like a pegboard. This is chalk paint, and I'm going to put some nails in here and then hang things off the nails. All things I had, no money spent. If you like to repurpose things and upcycle stuff, you're definitely my people. Here coming up, I'm going to be playing a little bit of Tetris with some of my crafting stuff. I'm going to be playing with this tape that I bought accidentally. I was on Amazon ordering some tape, and I got a couple of cases instead of just a couple of rolls of tape. And when it came, I thought, well, that was my mistake, so I'll just keep it. Now I think I'm going to have enough to last several generations. If you're wondering about my storage cabinets, these are just plastic storage bins on wheels, and I ordered them in black, and then I used Retique to give it the faux wood look, which Retique is just basically a paint that's got wood, not wood shavings, but fine sawdust in it, and when you paint it on and it dries, you can stain it like wood. And then the drawers were clear, white clear plastic, so I painted over those with some chalk paint, and then I just use actual chalk to write the names on them, so it's really easy to move things around or change the description. Despite what this may look like, I don't tend to keep things that I don't know for a fact that I'm going to use or have a project in mind. So these baskets that I have here are filled with future project materials, not things necessarily that I bought for the future projects, but things I have left over from old projects that I know I'm going to use for another idea that I have. Now, how long will it take me to get around to actually doing that project? I don't know. But I'll keep it for a while, and if I go a long enough period of time and haven't done that project, then I will get rid of it. Here I get rid of a couple of kitchen trash bags full of stuff that I have decided that I am not going to move forward with, or I've had it so long that it doesn't make sense to keep it. But I don't tend to keep things, even though I have a lot of things, I don't tend to keep things that I don't have a use for, or an idea of a use for, if that makes sense. For the most part, if I have something hanging up here on one of these pegboards or on the wall, I'm using those things regularly. They're not just sitting being untouched. And so the things that are not being touched a lot are mostly in the drawers in the back with the black chalk paint on them. Those I do need to go through and organize a little bit more. Maybe get rid of some things that I forgot were in there and or realize that they are in there and make note of it. So if I need something, I have it there and available. I do like to store things in the house here in this room because it's climate controlled, and paint and glues and caulking and other things like that. They get ruined a lot faster, spoil a lot faster if they're in extreme heat or extreme cold. So having them in the house here is convenient for that. Otherwise, I would have to pay to do some sort of climate control in my garage because, of course, here in the hill country in Texas, we got some extreme weather. I mean, in the wintertime, it can get below zero. And in the summertime, I can get triple digits. So it's important to have a place where you can store these things. And here we are, the before and after. I'm going to say this took me about 12 hours over a course of about 4 days to do. I'd like to do a little bit and then come back to it later, especially if I'm not sure where I want to put something or do with something. I'm so happy that this is done. It's very calming to walk into this room and see it all organized and know where everything is. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.